Interactive MARTA Map, presented by Team Awesome Victory Winners. Why an interactive MARTA Map? Think about the last time you went to the MARTA Station website. What did you think about it? Short and sweet? Not enough information? Well, we have the perfect new and improved MARTA Map for you to view and use. Our map still provides the functionality of being able to click on points to find routes and information about each station. By clicking on a point, the map will provide you with an image as well as a brief synopsis of the train station, including a photo of the map as well as a description of the area. Project summary. This project was built using HTML5 and CSS3. The map depicted is the Atlanta MARTA train route. The project shows the potential routes that a user can take by offering different interactive destinations using CSS animations, pop-ups, and of course, divs. Our aim with the project was to simplify the process of reading the MARTA train map using a more interactive method than the current running MARTA app/map. Requirements and planned UI. Inputs: user locations and preferences, selection of starting and ending stations. Outputs: planned routes with station stops, comprehensive station information. Some key features are route planning using keyframes, interactive MARTA map with clickable stations, and real information and accurate simulation of train departures and arrivals. Design overview. The HTML code lays the foundation for an interactive MARTA map, featuring a dedicated map section with checkboxes assigned to different stations. This is complemented by the CSS styling that encompasses not only the map but also the buttons and pop-ups. This allows us to provide a user-friendly experience. The presence of interactive elements like checkboxes and pop-ups indicates a design that facilitates visual exploration for users navigating the MARTA system. The inclusion of pop-up sections for each station, triggered by checkboxes, provides concrete evidence supporting the claim of efficient station information retrieval. Users can click on stations of interest, triggering pop-ups that deliver detailed information about specific locations. This design choice aligns with the goal of allowing users to seamlessly access essential information about the MARTA stations through a straightforward interaction model. The user-friendly experience is further reinforced by the thoughtful styling choices evident in the code. Considerations for button appearance, hover effects, and pop-up animations contribute to a visually appealing interface. The code's organization with clear comments enhances readability, resulting in a user-friendly and maintainable MARTA application.
Design. When designing the map, we need to keep certain aspects in mind. Overview of problem. Needed MARTA routes, needed the destination information, needed checkboxes to offer UI. Key design features. User interface, UML, class diagrams, and animations. Pseudocode. Using transforms, transitions, and animations. Overview of solution. Clear PNG of the map pulled from the MARTA website. Divs offer a solution to all UI-related issues. Key design features, user interface, UML, class, diagrams, and animations. Pseudocode using transforms, transitions, and animations. Plans and progressions. Our Jira board. First, we set up tasks to create the necessary accounts, determine team roles, and choose the project idea. Afterwards, our tasks focus on building the website. We had to build and implement a pop-up mechanism that would provide information for each station. We also had tasks for plotting routes from and to different stations. This includes a task for creating a checklist option for each station to trigger the route. There was also tasks to adding a section with the page title and description of MARTA. Advantages using Combine. Having frequent team meetings and work sessions. Organizing tasks and being able to assign them to different members so everyone was aware of what needed to be done and who is currently working on something. Keeping track of what needs to be done, what is currently being done, and what has already been finished. We also included a column for for tasks that were resolved due to them being out of the scope for the project. These tasks are further discussed in the project challenges slide. Especially useful that Kanban uses settings. It recommends setting a limit of how many tasks can be in progress at once. This helps with prioritizing tasks and making sure we're not attempting too many things at once. The flexibility of using Kanban is also a major advantage. When we realized the task was out of scope or was larger than we had anticipated, we were able to easily return to the board and break it down into smaller and more manageable tasks. UML class diagram. For the map selection of the site, this includes the background page, the checkboxes for each station, and the train animations. The pop-up and train classes include the components needed in the animations or functions that they have. The introduction section has the page title, 2 section headers, as well as plain text and a list. There is also a color change animation. The resources section simply has static information. The audio clip uses the audio tag and has an on-click function that causes the audio to play.
Code snippet breakdown number 1, pop-ups and the breakdown. For the checkbox that triggers the pop-ups, we required an input type checkbox and a label tag. The information for the pop-up had to be placed in between 2 tags. The div tag, which was the pop-up that included 2 sections, the section name header, and then the body of the text, which is further broken into the image and text section. In the CSS styling, each label showed a button class and then it had a specific ID that modified specific styling for that label. In order to show the pop-up, we use checkbox attribute in order to check if the checkbox had been selected, which would change the display attribute of the pop-up to the flex, seen in figure 3. Figures and the examples are all the way to the right explaining what we had done inside of this slide. Code snippet number 2, train animation. Here we use both HTML and CSS combined in order to try to animate the trains that you see on the home page. When you look as the page loads, you'll see that the trains start to move on each individual line. This is done by using keyframes as seen on the bottom example. You can see the CSS side of the move right green line, which will show the train. You can see its starting position, its position at 40 seconds, and its position at 100 seconds. This means that the train will start from its 0 position and then move to the left of its 40% position, which will be pretty close to the middle, and then from there it will move all the way down to the far left at the end of the line. This animation takes a total of 3 seconds to move from right to left. Although, since we use the infinite and the alternate, we can see that the train not only moves from left to right, back to right to left, it also moves infinitely back and forth. This is because of both of the identifiers that we have over there. And then code snippet number 3, transitions and animations. Here we use a transition animation in order to enhance it for our users. Whenever they look at the button hover, we can see that the pointer changes the colors to white whenever they're hovering over it. You can see the CSS for it in figure number 1. Also, we use previously mentioned keyframes in the train animation as well as the hover effects for the station labels. These visual elements help make the application more engaging for the user. Code snippet number 4, additional features. Here we added music labeled as lo-fi music while reviewing the map. You can click on the autoplay button in the top left. We also added a page title that is a changing color animation using the colors of the MARTA logo. You can see that in figure 2 for the MARTA changing color logo, and for figure 1 you can see the source that we use for the lo-fi map. We saved it as an MP3 file because it wouldn't take that much space. It's also stuck on an autoplay loop, so it will always play.
And now we're going to do a demo of the live website. When you first open the website, you are faced with the MARTA map on the left-hand side and some information about MARTA on the right. With the map on the left-hand side, you can see that we have a Thomas the Train tank engine, which is going over the various lines that MARTA has. We also have the station names as little labels. When you hover over them, it changes the text color and it indicates that it's clickable. So once you click on it, you can see the station name, an image of the station, as well as some information about the station. Indian Creek, for instance, is in DeKalb County at the end of the eastbound Blue Line, and it has daily parking and restrooms. If you were to go to a different station, say Bankhead, for instance, we can see the name of the station, an image, as well as some information. Bankhead is located in Fulton County at the end of the westbound Green Line, but it has no parking, though it does have restrooms. And to close these pop-ups, you simply click on the name of the station once again. In the top left corner, we have an audio player for some lo-fi music. So if you press play, you're able to hear some music that you can enjoy while visiting the website. On the right-hand side, we have some information about MARTA. One cool feature is the interactive MARTA Map page title, which is animated to change colors. And the colors that are used for this are actually the official colors from the MARTA logo. Then we have a What is MARTA section, which just gives some basic information about MARTA and when it was founded, as well as some interesting and fun facts. For instance, MARTA keeps over 185,000 cars off the road every day. If you scroll down, we have a Little Learn More section, which includes links to various resources, for instance, the official MARTA website, as well as the MARTA Twitter account, or X account, called MARTA Service, which gives live updates on train and bus cancellations. We also have the MARTA CNC 2.0 app, which is available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, where you can report incidents that happen on MARTA and contact the police. And then we have the MARTA On The Go app, which gives you the train schedules as well as live train arrival updates. And that is also available on both the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. And of course, in the left hand, in a fixed position, we have our validators for the XHTML and CSS. And that is it for the website demo.
Some of the project challenges that we faced includes many features that we wanted to include, but that would make the website more engaging and useful for the user. For instance, we wanted to include a clear all button to close all the pop-ups at once, since closing the pop-ups requires that you click on the station name a second time. We also wanted to plot a path from any combination of stations. So if a user wanted to go from Indian Creek, for instance, to the airport, we would be able to plot the route that they would take. However, this proved to be difficult without being able to use JavaScript. We also wanted to calculate the amount of time it would take to travel between stations, which would give the user more information and make it a more valuable tool. We also were going to add a hovering on the train line, so the transition would show whenever the user hovered over each train line. For the testing, we had some issues with positioning due to the different divs and labels needing to use absolute positioning. We had many cases where they would shift and overlap too much depending on the screen size. Also, for the train animation, the pixel positioning would shift depending on the screen size, and we also needed to calculate the right amount of pixels so that it would be able to travel along the bends within each line. We also needed to fix the audio so it would be visible and playable on whichever screen it is, but at the same time not be too large and take up a giant portion of the screen. To resolve these issues, we confirmed the position and pixel measurement issues were resolved by uploading it to our different computers to view it on different computer screen sizes. And we also manipulated the audio tag's width and confirmed that it was wide enough for different computer screen sizes. And then for the pop-ups as well, we tested those by just attempting to click them on different computers and in different browsers to ensure that they popped up correctly. And these are the links for our project. We have the YouTube channel where the video will be hosted. We also have the link to the website as well as to the GitHub repository where we were uploading the code.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching our presentation. Have a spectacular Halloween.